Alrighty there, fans. Outlaw Rockstar here today with a shredded voice, but I'm here today and I'm glad to be here at Shockacon, Charleston, West Virginia style, kicking it with Rin Varick.
Varick.
Oh God, I got through. I'm so bad with last names. I'm so bad with lots of things. But what I'm not bad with is being excited to sit here with you, bro. American Horror Story Freak Show, phenomenal. How was that for you?
I can't describe really what it's done for me. Ever since the beginning, I had no idea what it was going to be, and I thought it was just going to be, another circus deal, bring in the dwarf because he's part of the freak show and whatnot. I had no idea it was going to be such a phenomenon. Every single time I go on set and see Jessica or Angela Bassett and just see the power, it has really helped me to see, the truth and what a film can bring and how much it can really be steered to make something so amazing. I haven't been on a production like this before that's so magnificent and actually cares about the detail, bringing across messages. Extremely excited to be a part of it. I'm grateful that so many people, may not be able to realize it. And it was a lot of work. It was definitely a lot of work, but it makes you stronger. I think everyone else on there become a lot stronger from it as well and get a brand new viewpoint that's never been really explored at a deepness in that level. And I'm just very proud to be a part of it. And I hope that I can use this in order to, express not only in my case dwarfism, but obviously so many different variations that show goes. There's words cannot express.
Now, you said in the early going, initially, you were kind of like, is this going to be another circus thing, bringing the dwarf in? Is that something, I know in casting a lot of times, I've heard a lot of people say, with your same condition, that it's difficult to get roles where it's not sort of comedic or just kind of the same thing. Have you had that same problem? I know looking through your list of credits, I mean, you're even in some things that are titled something to the effect of midget versus whatever. I mean, is that something that kind of grates on your nerves when you do stuff like that to get work and get exposure? Because I know it's hard for the average person, let alone somebody that has an outstanding characteristic that limits them in terms of what they're allowed to portray.
That's a great question. Yeah, I do get offended at that originally because I do want to come in too strong, being that like, hey, I'm a person, type of deal that has skill. But in order to get into business and kind of how it is, you start at that beginning. And I didn't like it, but I've got to where I am now for sure with the circus deal. Cirque du Freak was very nice, actually. I have nothing against that. And but to be able to show more potential, I think AHS was able to do that. It wasn't just like looking for another strongman, because they actually did have another strongman on the show, and they only saw me like a week before the show was actually starting, and they're probably thinking, oh my God, why didn't we see this guy before? And they put me in basically as another strongman when there already was. That really, you wouldn't think that would be the case. So they saw the talent. Ryan Murphy and all of them saw the potential that I had, and really grateful that I'm able to be on a show that does portray that. Not just so much that you're doing the scenes, you think you're doing okay and everything comes out. When the video comes out, you're like, man, that's terrible. That's not what I wanted. You totally made me look like an idiot, which is the case. Well, I won't do that because it's in relation to a freak show, and I would like to show, the power of the heart that can expand, and I think he did that very well. Ryan was, what really got to me was when I first got into it, there wasn't any concept of the character whatsoever. So he's just like, all right, I want to dress you up in this. He did gold and purple, I do believe, for the New Orleans colors, New Orleans Saints, that's their colors. So he's making like a montage, but also, he said, I want to have a mustache and have all this facial hair and whatnot. And after it was done, it was like, oh my God, you look totally transformed. And after I saw it, it's like, thank you so much. I really looks like that I can portray an actual human being who's 30 years old and been through things, been through life just like everyone else for the most part. And, stop seeing it, because the way the camera can look, if you're looking at me face to face, you can't tell how tall I am. And that's just a big deal, because when you show how I am face to face and then you pull back, it's not the same effect. You completely don't care about the pullback once you see. And I think that did very well, because no matter how much I was shown on AHS, it did portray a good character. I'm very, very happy that they did not use me as just a stereotypical piece to Well, they made money off of me. Let's not say that. You know, because they're the statutes and entertainment and all that. And AHS has taught me quite a bit of things. But I'm very happy to meet someone. I never met a director like him before, who has a bit of suffering in himself, and he chooses everyone. Jessica, everyone, all has something in their past, and that's the part that, like, you know, those that are freaks would have suffering, you know, in their past, no doubt, and it's going to transmute into something different. But when you have people that seem normal and can live fine easily, end up having something really dark about them, and it kind of shows in that show. He's able to bring that potential through acting and create a story that's just, it's so phenomenal. It really is. So
it's like an ultimate vindication, really, for you, struggling through some roles that are, like you said, pigeonholed, to finally get that one where you get to showcase your range. Is there anything that you would say to anybody out there who feels like they're limited and has the same passion you do for performing, and they feel like they can't do it? Can you give them some words of motivation? I feel like you're a motivational feller. I'm excited as shit to talk to you.
Thank you. Motivation, it's difficult. I do, you know, every day dealing with challenges, and I have to figure out, okay, how do I take this moment and convert it? Constantly converting negative emotions to positive emotions. All I can say is that I stuck to myself. I saw things as much, but I didn't obviously pay attention to the mirror. It's not how I look, you know. It's the case. There's always appearance, and it helps if I have, you know, certain features that make it helpful. But for those that are seeing that they want to portray themselves, and that if they believe that they can train their selves to show more, then that would be the heart. So as far as being motivational, really dig down into yourself and see, you know, what potential, and practice and know what it's like. A thespian is not just is not an actor. There's a difference between a thespian and an actor. An actor is, you know, someone who can easily be a liar, and a thespian is one back in the Shakespeare days where you consumed yourself with understanding the shoes of another person, therefore knowing what it's like to actually be them. And it's very amazing. I saw that on AHS, and to just be motivational for those that want to do acting, practice yourself, understand other people's different personalities, say different accents. Just try to understand a worldview, and you'll realize when you open yourself up, you're going to see the world bright, and you're going to connect with many people that you didn't realize. You know, it starts in the heart, it does, and you just have to really keep moving forward. You can't let it go, and one way or another, no matter what, I may get 10 people 9 people that will come up and like, oh, you're so cute, and I want to take a picture because you're small, not because I'm on the show. I got pictures all the time, and I had nothing to do with TV or anything.
You ever just want to say, well, I want to grab your tit?
That's exactly what I want to say, but that would be very rude for me, right? Because they don't see it that way. They're like, oh, I want to pick you up. I'm like, oh, great. Can I give you a motorboat while you're at it? You know, it works actually a good percentage of the time if I want to do that, but I would rather be on the floor, and most of the time they go like, you know, I'm like, you pretty much asked me the same thing, so like, you know, but they don't exactly see that way, so it gets confusing. I don't get to have exactly as much fun because there is a language barrier, you know, and a lot of times when I notice there is, even though everyone saw me on the panel, people are still trying to completely understand what it is to see me, who's this size and looks this and does this and all. It's a lot to grasp, and you know, I just take it in stride that you know, 9 people may see me in the way I don't, but there is that one that is able to pierce, and those are actually been very helpful. If it wasn't for some of those people that give me reason to say, okay, there is someone that does want to listen, so maybe I will talk, you know?
Hell yeah, brother. I want to thank you for speaking so openly and candidly with us. Man, this has been awesome. I hope we run into each other again down the line. Thank you.
Very welcome. Glad to be here. Wonderful place. Thank you so much.
Later, fans.
Shockacon.
Shockacon, Shockacon.